Hello, you're watching the English news on Hanoi Radio and Television Channel. I'm Duy Thanh and these are today's headlines. Party chef visits Hanoi on the New Year. Hanoi leaders offer incense to President Ho Chi Minh. Foreign ambassadors in Vietnam send Tet greetings. A new year has begun in the festive atmosphere that can be felt everywhere in the society. Minutes before the Lunar New Year's Eve, Hanoi Party Organization, Administration and people were honored to welcome Party General Secretary to visit on the occasion of the New Year. Mr. Hoàng Trung Hải, Politburo member, Hanoi Party Committee Secretary, and standing members and a large number of the city's key officials were happy to welcome Party General Secretary to visit on the occasion of the New Year. In the cozy atmosphere before the New Year's Eve, Hanoi Party Secretary Hoàng Trung Hải was pleased to brief party leaders on Hanoi's outstanding achievements gained under the close direction of the party's Central Committee and in active coordination with ministries and agencies and tireless efforts of the city's people. In addition to the comprehensive achievements in building the party, Hanoi has fulfilled 20 out of 20 assigned targets, including 7 targets exceeded. Expressing sincere gratitude for Hanoi leaders' strong affection, inspiration and encouragement for Hanoi, the city's party secretary Hoàng Trung Hải, on behalf of Hanoi administration and people, pledged to successfully fulfill all tasks assigned by the party's Central Committee, take proactive and creative actions to effectively implement the resolutions adopted by the Central and Municipal Party Committees. As a Hanoi citizen and on behalf of the party and state leadership, Party Chief Nguyễn Phú Trọng warmly congratulated and applauded Hanoi Party and administration for their achievements over the last years. In the sacred moment, on behalf of the Politburo and Party Central Committee, Party General Secretary cited the poem of President Ho Chi Minh congratulating Hanoi for its glorious achievements in the previous year and wished the city greater achievements and development to be worthy the economic locomotive that pulls the entire country forward in the cause of revolution and integration. In the cozy atmosphere of the New Year's Eve, walking with the city's leaders around the Hoàn Kim Lake, Party General Secretary kindly regarded and wished people and visitors good health, prosperity, joy and happiness in the new year. As a traditional ritual on the first day of the Lunar New Year on February the 16th, a Hanoi delegation led by Mr. Hoàng Trung Hải, Politburo member, Hanoi Party Secretary, offered incense to President Ho Chi Minh at the house number 67 in the Ho Chi Minh Relic Compound. The house number 67 is where President Ho Chi Minh worked and passed away on September the 2nd, 1969, and all the items attached to his life are kept intact. Visiting the site, Hanoi Party Secretary Hoàng Trung Hải and the city's leaders expressed their endless gratitude and profound respect to President Ho Chi Minh, the great leader of the party and country, the hero of national liberation, and outstanding cultural celebrity. Pleased to report the President Ho Chi Minh on the comprehensive achievements in 2017, Hanoi Party Secretary Hoàng Trung Hải, on behalf of the city's party organization, administration and people, pledged to try harder in 2018, an important year of the current term, to successfully fulfill the tasks assigned by the party and state, be worthy of a heroic capital city, the city for peace, and consolidate the trust of the party's Central Committee and the entire nation. Expressing their respect to President Ho Chi Minh's words, Hanoi leaders thanks the officers and staffs of the historic compound for their efforts in preserving and keeping all items attached to President Ho Chi Minh's life and career intact. This heritage helps domestic and foreign visitors better understand the life and career of President Ho Chi Minh, learn and follow his ideology, morality, and styles. On the occasion of the Lunar New Year, 100 Party Secretary Huang Chunghai extended the best wishes and presented gifts to the officers and staff of the President Relic Compound. In the warm weather of the early spring, 100 Party Secretary Huang Chunghai led the city's delegation to offer incense at Kingtian Palace inside Tanglong Imperial Citadel to show their respect and gratitude to the kings and deities for their great contributions to the country, worship ancestors, and honors traditional values of Thăng Hanoi. Traditional Lunar New Year has long been a fascinating cultural feature of Vietnam. Many international diplomats have come to Vietnam and found this country their second home, and this traditional holiday has become very familiar to many of them. These are 4 female diplomats from Canada, New Zealand, Norway, and Switzerland who have experienced the traditional Tết holiday and sent greetings to the Vietnamese people on this occasion. New Zealand Ambassador Wendy Matthews, Swiss Ambassador Beatrice Maser, Canadian Ambassador Ping Kidney Con, Norwegian Ambassador Siren Gemma Egriken. Although these 4 female ambassadors have been living in Vietnam for a fairly short time, they have fallen in love with this country, which they consider their own home. Visiting the calligraphy festival as well as the temple of literature in the early spring is an indispensable traditional custom in the Lunar New Year celebrations of the Vietnamese people. I ask for the word strength, hoping that this year the contributions of Vietnamese women to their families and society will be fully acknowledged. I wish you all a happy New Year with peace and full of joys. I ask for the word wisdom from calligraphers. I hope people will have sufficient wisdom to respect, encourage, support and help women and girls. Being female international diplomats, when they come to Vietnam, they have made great contributions to connecting the people of Vietnam with other countries, especially the strong promotion of equal rights for men and women, protection of children through practical and meaningful activities. In the atmosphere of the Lunar New Year, I wish all of you and your family, especially the women, a happy and prosperous New Year. It could be said that culture is always a solid bridge to connect people through diplomatic activities and cultural exploration. Ladies and gentlemen, when the atmosphere of the spring and Tết is flooding the streets of Vietnam, in Mexico, the Vietnamese community is also eagerly celebrating the traditional holiday. The Vietnamese community in Mexico consists of about 50 people, including embassy staff. As a tropical country, the weather in Mexico is quite similar to Vietnam. Therefore, it is not difficult to buy raw materials for traditional Vietnamese dishes. This year, the Vietnamese embassy in Mexico has prepared typical dishes such as spring rolls, chicken sticky rice, salted onion, fried pork rolls, and especially chun cake. Since the 21st of the 12th lunar month, people are already busy buying banana leaves to wrap the cakes and pork rolls. Everyone is eager, happy, and putting all their enthusiasm into what is considered the soul of the nation, so that they themselves can feel the warmth of Tết in the foreign land. There is an unbelievable joy. Vietnamese people who are far away from home are always having their mind on the country and wish for the best. In this moment, I felt like we are at home. This is my first time attending the Lunar New Year celebration. I'm really impressed with Tết, as well as the traditional dishes of the holiday. Bringing home flavor to the foreign country and making the strange country become familiar. Vietnamese people in Mexico in particular and around the world in general are contributing to the preservation and promotion of the Vietnamese culture to the world through this special tradition of the country. This New Year, peach growers in the Chu district of Thanh Trì and Sóc Sơn were so pleased to see that the peach trees bloomed just in time for the New Year, bore the buds and beautiful blossoms. Therefore, they earned higher income than in previous years. The 4-hectare experimental peach growing zone in Yên Mỹ Commune, Thanh Trì district was established 2 years ago. Mr. Húc Tiến Dũng grew 2,000 peach trees on 2 hectares, the largest area in the commune. Mrs. Đỗ Thị Tuyến and her family in Minh Trí Commune, Sóc District, grew over 100 white peach trees. All the trees have been fully ordered before the new year, and she earned a profit of nearly 100 million. Peach growing for the Lunar New Year in the districts of Thanh Trì and Sóc Sơn has proved economically effective over the last 3 years. In fact, the shifting from the cultivation of low-efficient crops to peach trees has proven effective and suitable for such local areas in Hanoi. That's the end of our today's program. We wish you a happy, lucky, and prosperous new year. Thank you for joining us, and see you tomorrow.